Welcome to the Elevated Marketing podcast show that is designed for business owners and marketers who are tired of overhyped advice. We talk through what we're testing, we challenge assumptions, and we share what's really happening in the world of marketing, which is messy, creative, and always evolving. Welcome to the show. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Elevated Marketing podcast. Today, we are going to talk about email marketing campaigns, and there are a lot of them. So, for my marketing friends that are well deep into marketing, this might be too simple of a topic, but for the people who follow along and, don't live in the trenches of marketing every day, this might be a great topic to talk about because, often, it's like, oh, I need email marketing, but we got to kind of strategically think about like the different types of email marketing that are available and which of these are going to be good for your type of business, because there's many different types and we don't want to just send an email to send an email. It's kind of like social media, just posting to post. So let's break this down in terms of categories. And of course, per usual, I'm going to be more detailed on the blog post than I am in this podcast and in, or if you're listening online. So there's the awareness and engagement type email marketing. And so in that category, you're going to have things like the newsletter. So this is, in my mind, almost the quintessential, like, easiest way to get into email marketing. And that is the once a month, like, here's everything that happened in the month, very versatile type email that is available. Then there might be more of like weekly emails, and your brain might go to at this point like, oh, well, why would I do the monthly versus the weekly? And well, do you have enough content to support that weekly? Like, and is your audience engaged enough in what you do that the weekly makes sense? If it's more of a answer of, well, I just want to touch with my audience every week, like, you might be annoying them, and that might work against you, but that's a whole nother subject on that. We're sticking with different types of email campaigns. So there is, maybe some people might put it into more of an educational content email, which really is like a subcategory of like, is it a newsletter or is it a weekly email? Like, I think all content should be, educational type content in order to educate your, user. There could be in this category event invitation, so you're inviting them to a certain event. There could be in this category co-sponsored marketing with like maybe another partner that you have or somebody else in the area that you're working with, and you're sending out those emails. And I haven't even gotten to the next type of campaign, and I'm already in my mind like, how often am I emailing people? Those answers are in the metrics, and I have a whole blog post on that, on how often you should be hitting people. um, you know what kind of comes next after that is really those nurture and trust building campaigns. So, those could be as simple as the welcome series that I just, signed up for your newsletter, and you've got this series of emails that come out that is kind of warming people up and welcoming them to your list. And these are super important because if I'm going to follow an email, that's a precious thing in the inbox that I might not have the background history on who you are and how you help people. And so that welcome series could be very helpful. Um, This could also come true for like a lead nurture sequence where, somebody just filled out a form and they're getting a separate sequence because they did that, item, which kind of leads into what people might call as drip campaigns, or, because they did XYZ on your website, that is maybe tied directly to a service line, they start getting this drip of emails. Um, then there's like product updates or feature emails where you are specifically like calling out a product. And so that could be a different email that you send. And then there's just thank you emails, like thank you for doing this and thank you for doing that. And those go along nicely with, the next set is like retention and loyalty. Um, or maybe I should back up and I should talk about before retention and loyalty, there are those conversion and sales campaigns, and those two are promotional or launch campaigns, like something new came out. There's when you're in e-commerce, there's the abandoned cart, like left the cart. There's just single focus emails with clear messages and clear call to actions. There's follow up to event emails, like, you've invited them to an event and you're following up with additional information about those events. So now let's go into that retention and loyalty. This is like I've already purchased, but I don't want to just disappear. So what is the sequence of emails that happen there? Um, Milestone emails, so happy birthday, anniversary, and building those. Re-engagement and win-back campaigns. And so these are ones where people might have been involved in your audience and getting your newsletter or whatever type of other email, but then they dropped off and they unsubscribed, or just are not even opening your emails anymore. And so those type of campaigns, there's survey or feedback, like I'm trying to understand, why you do like our product or why you don't like our product. Um, and those are great follow-up. And then there's this whole like transactional operational type campaigns where it's order confirmations and receipts and account or preference updates or onboarding emails. And a lot of these have different titles that we as marketing might call them, but they do have somewhat of the same sentiment. And you again, you're just like, there's so many different types of emails that are available. Is you don't want to burn your bridges and email too much. I know we all want to get to that sale or that end objective, but email marketing is just another form of being in front of your audience. But if you think in like retail terms, if you're the person that when you walk into the store, they're instantly like, can I help you? Can I help you? What can I help you with today? What would you like today? Do you want to buy? 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 It's not going to work. And this goes back to another whole like series, not series, but blog post that I had about it's the content in those emails. It's not the, do I need all these emails? Have I thought through and created all the content that someone actually wants to read it? They actually want to get it. And so that's what you have to think about. So head over to the website, go see that blog post, try to break it down and see what works for you. And if you need help, we're here for you. My name is Jennifer Denny. I am the owner and founder of Elevated Marketing Solutions, and our website is elevatedmarketing.com. Solutions. If you want to sign up for our newsletter, where I just wrap up all the different topics that I have written about, whether or not I go live or not live to talk about, you can get all those over on the website, and it's very easy to find how to sign up for that. Or you can follow me on LinkedIn, although not all of my articles these days are necessarily making it to a LinkedIn post. I'm really trying to practice the less is more and really bring to you the super important things that you need to know in order to not have all the fluff and be smart marketers. So, all right, take care and thank you for listening today.